What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome all my new subscribers. I want to take a second to thank each and every single one of you guys out there. All the love and support on the channel is tremendously appreciated, and I've been getting lots of it lately, and I got to express my love back to you guys. So thank you guys all for helping support the channel and watching my videos. Today, I'm actually just in the garage having some fun right now, and I said, you know what? I should make a video on this. So, not too long ago, I was speaking with Adam from Exoforma on Instagram, and we were talking back and forth about maybe sending some stuff out for me to try, because I've been seeing their correction system on Facebook and Instagram, and I said, you know what? I want to try that stuff. I really do. I want to see what it's about. I've never had a 1, 2, 3. I've never done a 1, 2, 3 before. So we talked back and forth. Really cool guy. Really cool guy. So I want to take the time and say real quick, Adam from Exoforma, thank you. I appreciate it, man. He sent me a box of stuff, and the correction system was in it. So I'm excited. So thank you so much. This is a sponsored video because it was sent to me, guys. But you guys always get my honest feedback. And I wanted to put it through its paces in something I would use in my world on one of my details that I would do regularly. I want to see if this system can fit in with me and my jobs and my polishes and corrections and stuff like that. And I'm excited, and I wanted to bring you guys along with me in the journey. I have not used any of this stuff yet, so we're going to learn together, and you guys are going to see firsthand what it can do and what kind of results we can get. That's mainly what I want. I want to see what kind of results I can get using this Exoforma correction system. So I'm excited. There's really not much to say. The number one is their quick cut. I'll go through the bottles briefly. It's a heavy cutting compound in the first step of the 3-step polishing system. Quick cut compound is used to effectively remove moderate to severe imperfections. It contains diminishing abrasives that will slowly break down and become less aggressive as you use the compound, causing the marring left after compound to be highly manageable. Okay, so for those of you guys that don't know, diminishing abrasives, they start off jagged, they start off cutting very well, and as you work through the cycle of the compound, they start to fade away and disappear and finish out. So rule of thumb is you got a really heavy compound, then sometimes on softer paints you can leave some micro marring or some hazing left behind that you need to clean up, hence the 2 and 3 steps. So we're going to see what this heavy cut can do. Shake well, make sure to work on a cool surface free of embedded contaminants. You guys, if you're doing any kind of polishing, whether it be light polish, anything, you want to make sure your paint is free of contamination. So you're going to want to do the necessary steps. You're going to want to wash it. You're going to want to do your iron remover. You're going to want to clay it. You're going to want to make sure you get that paint as clean as possible before you put your polisher on the paint. Because if you don't, then you're just going to be marring and scratching your paint all up. So take the necessary steps to prep the paint before you begin any kind of polish or correction. So apply 3 to 5 pea-sized drops to an Exoforma green cutting pad. I don't have any of the Exoforma pads. I do have some pads over here on the cart that are all set up. I'm going to get to those in just a second. Apply 3 to 5 pea-sized drops to your Exoforma green cutting pad. Use a polisher on medium speed and work in 2x2 areas. Okay, it's pretty much just like most of the compounds and polishers out there. And it says right here, it removes up to 1,000 grit scratches. Now I don't have 1,000 grit sandpaper. I do have 1,500 and 800. I know it does not say it's going to remove 800. I did put some 800 on there because it's closer to 1,000 than the 1,500. So I got 1,500 and 800. Like I said, guys, I'm just playing around. I'm seeing what this stuff can do and what kind of results I can get. So don't take this to heart. To those out there saying, oh, it didn't remove the 800. I don't expect it to remove the 800, but I'm going to see what it could do, guys. Silicone-free, completely body shop safe, contains diminishing abrasives, extremely easy cleanup, and long working time. Those are the stuff I'm going to be looking for. Dusting, how easy it wipes off. cycle time, you know, stuff like that. And it is made in the USA, guys. So that's step one. Then you got your step two, which is their precision polish. This is going to basically, like I was saying, on softer paints, if you go in there with the heavy cut, sometimes you can micromar or haze. That's what step two is for, to go in there and clean up that haze and bring back that shine and gloss. Effectively removes light imperfections, body shop safe, diminishing abrasives, easy cleanup, long working time. Okay, and the directions are the same. Shake well, make sure the paint is free of any contamination. Apply 3 to 5 pea-sized drops to a yellow polishing pad. And basically, yeah, it's the same there. Now we got step three, mirror finish, which is their final step, which is I would call this maybe like a jeweler, maybe just that final little, you want to bring that as much gloss back as you can. And it says removes polishing, haze, and holograms, contains ultra fine abrasives, silicone free, will not dry out and leave dust, extremely easy cleanup. So we're gonna be testing that as well. 1, 2, 3, not it. So I'm gonna quit rambling. I'm excited to test this stuff out, guys. I'm gonna get you guys set up over here on the cart, and we're gonna go over a little bit of what I'm gonna be using, and then we'll jump on the test hood. All right, everyone, so here is the cart. I got everything set up. I want to go over the polishers I'll be using and the pads I'll be using to test. So I'm gonna be using my Max Shine M21 Pro. This is a 21mm long throw. The reason why I'm using my M21 is because if I'm gonna jump into a quick heavy cut, a compound, I'm gonna want my M21 because that is going to yield longer throw, faster defect removal. In my environment, that's the combo I'm gonna be using. That's why I want to be testing that with that. For my two pads that I will be testing out, I've got the Meguiar's microfiber cutting pad. I've got the Euro 50/50 pad that we're gonna be testing for cut. We're gonna see how well those can cut. Over here on this polisher here is my Max Shine M15 Pro G. This is their 15mm long throw. This is technically what I will be grabbing to finish. So once I swap over to the foam pads to finish out, I've got my 15mm. So like I said, we're just doing some testing here, guys. We're gonna see what all works, and we're gonna have some fun. So I've got three. These are actually my Max Shine pads. I've got the cutting pad, the polishing pad, and the finishing pad from Max Shine. Now I realize that a lot of people out there, they're not ready for this yet. They're not. So I want to see what just foam pads can do as far as cutting. A lot of people out there just they're not ready to jump to the microfiber yet. So, and all they have is foam pads. So we're going to see how that works too for somebody that maybe wants to try the system that has foam pads, and see what kind of results we can get as well. So I won't be trying to cut no 1500 grit or 800 grit with foam pads, because that's just, I mean, it's just not really going to happen. So on the right side of my test hood that I'll show you guys here in a second, I've got some 3000 grit sand marks on both squares with a lot of swirl marks in it. And we're going to see what foam pads can do with my 15mm. And we're going to have some fun, guys. This is going to be fun. So let me get you guys off the tripod, and let me show you guys what we're working with on the test hood. All right, everybody. So as we get set up here on the test hood, I just want to kind of go over a few things and kind of show you guys what I got going on. Here on the left side of my test hood, you will see that I do have some 1500 grit sand marks, followed along with some 800 grit. I didn't have 1000, so I used 800, although I don't imagine and was not expecting that it was going to take the 800 out. I just put it there for just my own trials and testing, guys. And over here on the right side, I did induce some 3000 grit sandpapers, and I just want to note one thing. I didn't sand neatly at all. I would say a very uneven pressure with my fingertips, so I put some pretty deep scratches in the test hood. And like I said, I wasn't expecting it to remove
everything, but I just wanted to see what it could do. And you can see all the swirl marks in it too, that I put in the hood as well with my drill brush. And I mean, that's just horrible swirl marks. So obviously you're not going to see this on a car. I mean, I have seen cars that bad, but over here on the right side is going to be more of something you might see on a vehicle. I just threw the 3000 grit in there just for my own testing purposes, guys. So I wanted to show you the test hood before we jump into starting out. That way you guys got a quick overview of what the test hood looks like. All right, we're jumping into the quick cut compound. As I spread it out on my fingers here, I can definitely feel some grit. Not a whole lot of grit. It's still pretty thin. I could definitely feel a little bit of grit in there. So I was pretty curious at how this quick cut compound was going to work. I'll be starting out with my Meguiar's microfiber cutting pad. But if you drops on the pad, on a dry pad, you want to use a little bit more. That way you can get more of the liquid into to all the fibers of the microfiber. And we're getting it on the test panel here. I'm going to try to kind of speed this video up, guys, as far as my polishing goes. Because I don't want to make this a really long video. But a few things I look for. Lubricity, working time, dusting, easy wipe off. Kind of, you know, stuff like that. That's what I'm going to be looking for. And instantly, I noticed that this has pretty much zero dusting. As I start working it through the cycle, that was one thing I noticed. No dusting, which is awesome. The cycle time is very, very good. It doesn't dry up. It's got plenty of lubrication. And for a gritty compound, that's pretty good, actually. So... yep, we're going to go through and we're going to run a few passes on my M21 Pro. Speed 4 is where I'm at on my polisher. And we're going to give this, you know, some passes. And we're going to see what kind of results that we can get. All right, I'm gonna get you guys off the tripod here. I'm gonna bring you guys in for a first wipe off of the quick cut compound. And it wipes off very easy, guys. Very easy, doesn't fight you. It's not sticky in any way possible. Very light pressure, just a few wipes, and it's pretty much gone. So wipe off is great with this quick cut compound. As far as defect removal, I wanted a little bit more defect removal. I thought it was gonna do a better job on the 1500 grit marks, but my uneven sanding and sloppy pressure when I was inducing those sanding marks probably has a play in it. But it did a pretty good job overall, given how bad the defects were in the hood. It didn't touch the 800 grit really too much, but that's all right. So as we jump into the precision polish step 2, I've got my M15 Pro G and my polish pad from Max Shine. Gonna put a few dots on here. We're gonna test out the precision polish. Now I'm gonna keep my speed right around speed 4 as well on the Max Shine M15 Pro G. And we're gonna work this precision polish through and basically look for the same thing. Work time, lubrication, how well it, you know, cleans up the paint after a cut. And yes, I splattered it because I went full speed on the trigger sooner than I normally do. So yeah, I'm going to work this polish through its paces, and we're going to come back and we're going to try to check the boxes we can. And as I bring you guys in once again to see The precision polish, you can see there's tons of oils left in, plenty of lubrication left. Wipe off on the precision polish is still very easy. It's got a lot more oils in it, but it still wipes off very easily. Very, very easily. It's not sticky, it's not tacky at all. So wipe off is definitely 2 thumbs up on the precision polish. No dusting, which is another 2 thumbs up. So I'm going to bring you guys in close after we wipe off, and we're going to see how well it cleaned up the paint after the cutting stage. Here I'm just using my little Rust-Oleum grease and wax remover to wipe off any polishing oils and stuff like that, to see, you know, if there's any difference. I believe none of it has any fillers, but I just wanted to kind of give the paint a good clean wipe down before we come in and check it out. And you can still see here there's still some stragglers left behind, but the precision polish did a fantastic job at picking up all the little stuff and really enhancing that gloss. As you can see, the 800 still is there for sure. Like I said, I wasn't expecting it to clean that up, but the precision polish definitely did a good job. So let's get set up and let's move on to the third step, the finishing polish. All right, so step 3, mirror finish. Got my finishing pad here. We're going to put a few drops on the pad, and we are going to do the same thing. We are going to work it through its paces, check out the cycle time, lubrication, wipe off, dusting, all that kind of stuff, and overall see the difference between this and the polishing stage, and see if it brings back and enhances that gloss just a little bit. So let's get it here on the panel. You'll notice my arm speed is much quicker each step. So the cutting phase, my arm speed is going to be slow. The polishing stage, my arm speed is going to speed up a little bit. And the step 3, the mirror finish, really just letting the weight of the polisher kind of sit on the paint and working it through at a faster speed, just to kind of pick up any stragglers left behind. Alright, as I bring you guys in for a wipe off on the mirror finish, you can see there's still tons of oils left in here. It's a long cycle time. I could have worked it a lot longer if I wanted to. No need to though. Wipe off is a breeze with this stuff. So it's checking a lot of the boxes for me. Definitely thumbs up. Wipe off is easy. Cycle time is awesome. No dusting. It's working awesome for me, guys. This mirror finish is designed to just touch that gloss up just a little bit, bring more clarity and depth to the paint, which I feel it did, although it might be hard to see on camera with the deep scratches that are in it. But when you compare it to the other side, I think it did a pretty good job. This kind of looks like dusting, but that's my splatter mess from the previous step that I didn't clean up yet, so don't judge me there. I flung stuff everywhere and I just didn't clean it up yet, so that wasn't dusting. So as we move on here to the right side of the panel, I'm going to be switching to my Eurofiber 5050 pad on my M21 Pro, back to my quick cut compound, just to see what this combination can do on some 3000 grit sand marks and swirling, which is more likely what you would see on a car that you're working on, maybe doing some wet sanding on. That's why I threw the 3000 grit on there. I'm going to keep my arm speed slow. I already know it's got a really nice cycle time by now, and I'm just basically seeing what kind of results I could get by doing the 3-step, starting with the Eurofiber and then finishing out with the precision polish and then the mirror finish. So let's run through it and see what kind of finish that we could achieve here. as we come in and take a look at the panel after the Eurofiber pad, I think it did a really good job, given how many swirls and how bad the swirls were in the paint on this harder clear. I think it did a good job clearing a majority of that stuff up, minus a few stragglers here and there. However, it did a great job. I'm fairly happy at this point, especially this clear is harder. So I know for a fact on harder clears you're gonna have to sometimes make 2 passes, but on one pass with this quick cut, and it did a good job. So now we're going to bump over here to step 2, the precision polish. We're going to knock this out, and we're going to see how well it refines after that quick cut. All right, I'm gonna bring you guys in again after the step 2 precision cut polish. See how well it did. It definitely enhanced the gloss, picked up a few more stragglers left behind, and the clarity is actually becoming very nice. You can see those big deep circle scratches. Guys, those aren't gonna come out. I mean, I'd have to do multiple passes cutting to do that. So don't expect those to come out. Check out the clarity. There is a little bit of dusting here. However, I wasn't cleaning my pads out like I should. So that's why that I was getting a little bit of dusting there, was because I wasn't cleaning the pads out properly. So step 3 here, we're going to load a few drops of the mirror finish on my finishing pad, and we are going to go to work. So as we come in after step 3, it's very hard to tell the difference here. Very minor difference, but look at that clarity, guys. And there are some stragglers and there are some swirls still left in the paint. I wasn't expecting, to get everything out of the paint. Improvement is what I'm looking for, and it definitely improved the paint. Could I make it perfect if I would have did 2 passes with the Eurofiber? Probably, but that's not what I'm after, guys. I'm just having fun, playing around, seeing what kind of results I can get on this harder clear. So I'll have a better understanding when I do put it on another vehicle. So here, moving on, this is just something I wanted to do for those people out there that still use foam pads for cutting. I know that not a lot of people have bumped up to the microfiber or even Eurofiber pads yet, and it's only a matter of time, but there's still people out there with foam pads that cut with them. So I wanted to do this for those out there, just to see what would happen and what kind of results I can expect using a foam pad, given this heavy swirling and scratching, what this compound can do paired up with a cutting foam pad. Now this foam pad is very stiff. It's very dense. I personally don't like cutting with foam. I cut with my microfiber or a Eurofiber, depending on the situation and the severity of the defects. But there's going to be people out there that want to use foam. So that is exactly why I did this. So let's run it through with the foam and see what kind of results we can get. So let's come in and take a look at the results after the white cutting pad. And to be honest, I was pretty blown away at the results that I got out of a white foam cutting pad, guys. It actually did a pretty decent job, and it kind of blew me away. I was not expecting it to do that good. I mean, is it perfect? No, but the white pad did a good job. So let's get in to an overall ending of this hood and what all we were able to achieve. You guys, given how bad this hood was, I think this Exoforma 3-step correction system did a pretty good job, guys. This clear is hard, so you guys have to take that into consideration. The amount of defect removal we were able to achieve and the clarity we were able to achieve is actually pretty good. Given the sanding marks over here, I wasn't expecting all those to come out. So overall, I'm happy. I would say for sure this stuff held its own for sure. For a correction system that you see advertised a lot. You know, there's a lot of companies out there coming out with a lot of stuff, and that was why I wanted to try this stuff out, because you can't knock it till you try it, guys. And I expressed that a lot. You can't knock it until you try it. And I think this stuff would be killer paired up on even a medium to softer clear. I think this system would work perfectly, guys. And look at the clarity there, guys, that I was able to achieve out of all those swirls that I put in the paint. So yeah, I think overall it did a fantastic job. I am going to wrap this up, and we're going to jump into some final thoughts on this Exoforma 3-step correction system.
All right, everybody, we are on the final thoughts segment on the Exoforma correction system. So I want to touch down on a few things and talk about a few things with you guys. Overall, I think this stuff worked fantastic, guys. Given what this hood was looking like, given the defects that I put in it, my uneven sanding probably put way deeper scratches in it than I should have. I was just being negligent because it is a test hood, guys, and this is the stuff I wanted to test. The 800 and the 1500 defects on that side, that's not something you're going to run into real world. I just wanted to see what it can do and how far it can go. The other side with the 3000, that's more something real world that you would see, especially if you were wet sanding with some 3000 trying to remove some scratches. So that's why I wanted to do that side. Let's talk about a few things. Let's talk about the quick cut compound. It's definitely gritty. You can feel the grit. I'd like to see a little more cut out of it, for sure. Although this is a hood off a 2014 Mercedes-Benz SUV, and it is on the hard side. So you guys got to take that into consideration. For those of you out there that say, oh, look at all the defects that were still in it. Yes, I understand that. However, you pair this up on any kind of medium to soft clear, and I guarantee you it will plow through that no problem. That's when the step 2 is definitely going to be needed, guys. Step 2, it did a fantastic job at cleaning up after the quick cut, although on the harder clear it did not leave, it didn't leave as much micro marring or hazing, because it is a harder clear coat. So you'll notice, what I've noticed on harder clears, the hazing and the micro marring is less likely when you're using a heavy cut microfiber pad. The softer to medium clears are the ones you really got to worry about when you're heavy cutting and having to clean it up. So I'd like to see a little more cut out of it, but I can't say 100% without actually using it on some soft to medium clear. So I'm gonna be using this for sure on the next job I do, the next correction or polish I do on softer paint. I'm busting this stuff out too, guys, and you guys are gonna see that then too. This is just a basic overview. The pad choice you guys saw, the Eurofiber pad did fairly well. Not as much cut as the microfiber pad, but it still did fairly well. Again, this is hard clear on this hood. The lubrication is fantastic in this stuff. It's got very, very long cycle time, long working time, no dusting. You guys might have saw a little dust, but that's because I wasn't cleaning my pads out like I normally would during a polish or 1-step or 2-step, or in this case a 3-step. I was just out on the test hood playing around, so I wasn't cleaning my pads out, so that's why I was getting that dried up residue from the pad flinging out. I can assure you this stuff has tons and tons of lubrication. You can work it for a really long time. So that is another plus. The wipe off is absolutely, it's really easy. It wipes off very easy. It doesn't fight you. It's not sticky or anything like that. So definitely a thumbs up on wipe off, thumbs up on cycle time, thumbs up on the dusting. I've had products dust a lot worse than this. So overall, this stuff did a really good job, guys. I'm looking forward to actually using it on a full job on a car, and I'm definitely trying to get one in here soon so I could see what this stuff can do on a medium to soft clear. I have a really good feeling that this stuff would perform so well on a medium clear, even a soft clear. Because on a softer clear, all 3 steps is going to leave you with absolute mirror. And I think it's still, given what this hood, what the condition of this hood was before, it did a fantastic job to me. I mean, I think it did great, guys, to be honest. And I'm not saying that just because they sent it to me. I'm giving you guys my honest opinion. Like I said, I'd like to see a little more cut out of this. Quick cut. But given the circumstances, I still think it fared fairly well, given the freaking defects in that hood, to be honest. Yeah, so I won't ramble on too much. I would definitely check this stuff out, especially if you have a medium to soft clear. I think this would be right up your alley, guys. And what you guys got to understand is compounds and polishes, there are tons out there on the market. It's all what works for you in your system and what you're using it for. So I think the way the system sits right now, it is geared more towards the medium clear to soft clear. Struggled a little bit on the harder clear on the Mercedes, but that's not me saying, oh, this stuff's junk, don't go buy it. I would definitely check it out for sure. And stay tuned for the video when I do a full polish or correction using this stuff. It is definitely going to be something I'm going to do for sure, 100%. So let's see, what else can I touch on? Didn't cut too well with the white foam pad, but then again, guys, if you're gonna cut anything, you don't really want to use a foam pad to cut. However, if you're working on softer clear, you will get better results out of a foam pad than you will on a harder clear. So that's why the foam pad didn't really do much on this hood, is because it's a harder clear, guys. You're gonna need a microfiber cutting pad for sure if you want to get that amount of defect removed. So like I said, I say this stuff worked fantastic given the situation it was put through. So I'm gonna stop rambling, guys. I want to say again, Adam over at Exoforma, I appreciate you, man. It's fun chopping it up. He's a great guy. I love the labeling on this. This is what caught my eye, was just the way they the labels. You know, I'm a sucker for labels and stuff like that. So it looks good. It looks good on the shelf. So I look forward to using this more, guys. And yeah, thanks again, Adam, for sending this stuff to me. I've got a bunch more of their stuff I'm going to be testing too. So stay tuned to the channel, guys. If you guys liked this video, and it may be a little bit longer than normal, but hey, I'm just out here playing around in the garage, bringing you guys with me, guys. So if you liked it, please consider smashing that subscribe button for me. Smash that thumbs up for me while you're there. Click that little notification bell so when I upload more videos, whether it be product reviews, details, paint corrections, coatings, any of that stuff, you'll get notified when I upload more videos. So I want to say thank you again, guys, for taking the time out of your day to watch and support my channel. I know there's a lot more stuff you could be doing, but I really appreciate it. Each and every one of you guys out there, I love you all. Yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, night, evening, whatever it is where you're at right now watching this video. And I'm gonna catch you guys all on the next video.